Welcome to the end of chapter 1. So what was all that about? Why were we talking all about the types of people that are stuck in yesterday, and now we're talking about circumstances? Well, this is kind of goes hand in hand. We gave you kind of an outline of the type of people that end up being stuck, and most likely we've all fallen in one of those categories. But the goal is we want to give the power back to ourselves. We want to take control of our lives. So we first have to kind of admit what we've contributed to our circumstances. Now, that doesn't mean all circumstances are your fault. There's a lot of circumstances you're given, where you were born, what the circumstances behind, who you were born to. In today's day and age, even the color of our skin, and that's going to affect how your life goes. We can talk all about equality and people being born equal and we all have the same opportunities, but the bottom line is we all start from different points on a map, and then we make decisions which take us to different points on that map. So what we have to do is look at our circumstances and figure out how we contributed to them. Not saying that you're going to look at a circumstance that's not your fault and be like, I own this. That's not what we're doing here. We're taking a look at a circumstance and saying, how do I contribute to that circumstance? That way we can own it. Because the moment we own a circumstance, that's just admitting to a starting point, to a place on a map that we can actually navigate from. We have to be honest with ourselves, otherwise we can never change anything. So I really want you to do this. I want you to take those three things and really look at where you are, the circumstance behind it, and then how you contributed to that circumstance. That's a big deal. How did you contribute to a circumstance? Now, if you have something that's holding you back, then own that, right? If you have something that was given to you, you have a disease, are in a wheelchair, you were hit by a drunk driver, you have a brain condition, if you want to tackle that right here and take ownership of that thing right now, then do it. And realize that by doing that, you're going to give yourself the opportunity to make a difference. So in the end, right now, what we want to do is pick three circumstances that we did contribute to that are holding us back. That is the easiest way to start taking ownership. The bigger things, the things where it seems impossible to own it, that keep us hindered down, I don't recommend starting there. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at this, because I've got friends that are in a wheelchair, and the moment they said, you know, I could have taken a different route home and I wouldn't have been hit by that drunk driver. To me, that seems out there, but that's what a friend of mine said to me. And the moment he said that, he took ownership of that situation. And then he just said, okay, now this is something that I have to deal with. It's no longer going to hold me back. It just changes my goals, which we'll get to that later. Now we need to own our circumstances, but we're going to do that by showing how our actions contributed to that circumstance. This just allows you to see that your actions have weight. Give it a shot, and we'll see you at the end of the next chapter.